AITA for making my teens 16M and 14F share a bedroom? My husband unexpectedly passed away a few months ago, and I became a single mother to three kids, 16M, 14F, and 2F. Due to the significant decrease in income, I could no longer continue renting where we lived, and the only thing I can afford is a one-bedroom apartment. Currently, I am sleeping in the living room with my youngest 2F. I gave the bedroom to my 16M and 14F and asked them to share it for the time being. I tried adding a divider so they would feel like they have their own space, but they tell me it's not acceptable. Each of my kids used to have their own room, so this is a massive change for them. I have been looking for a better paying job for months, and so far I've had no luck. I can't get a second job because I can't afford to pay someone to care for my 2F outside daycare hours. Neither of my 16M and 14F are willing to help, and they say my youngest is not their responsibility. I know this situation isn't ideal, but I don't know what else I can do. For the past month, I haven't eaten for 2 days a week, telling the kids I'm trying out the fasting trend for weight loss. But the truth is, I can't afford to feed us all, and I've been using the food bank. Before this, I had never needed to use these services, and I'm very grateful they exist. I feel both thankful and deeply ashamed at the same time. Would I be the bad one for telling my teens they must share the bedroom? Would it be better if I suggested my son sleep in the living room with me and have both my daughters share the bedroom instead? I don't live in the US, but it is not common for teenagers of opposite sexes to share a bedroom. I recognize that. Update. I talked to my kids after work. I didn't want to burden them with adult problems, so I only gave them an overview of our financial issues after their father passed away. I explained that moving to a one-bedroom apartment wasn't by choice. I also told them the truth about why I couldn't feed us all and why I wasn't eating 2 days a week. I was afraid of their reaction, but it went better than expected. My kids will be coming with me to the food bank on the next trip. Regarding the room situation, my older kids agreed that they didn't want to share a room with the youngest 2F because she frequently wakes up at night and has accidents. They also don't want to share with me because I wake up much earlier to work, disrupting their sleep. They prefer to share the room with each other while I continue to sleep in the living room with the youngest. My 16M and 14F told me their friends said they should never have to watch their sibling because they didn't bring her into the world. They were told that asking them to babysit for even an hour is parentification and is never okay under any circumstance. That's why they called me irresponsible when I asked for help with childcare so I could get a second job. Now that they know how bad the situation is, my son said he wants to find a part-time job to help out. My daughter apologized and said it wasn't that she hated me or her sister. Both said they are willing to help take care of the youngest so I can get a second job. Hopefully, I can find something soon and move to a larger space. Final update. Since my last post about our housing situation, I found a night shift job working security. It only pays minimum wage, and I only get 25 hours a week, but it's something. I now work 2 jobs. This job has been very relaxed so far. Honestly, there isn't much to do during my shifts, so I'm trying to save enough money to move to a larger space and take an online training program while working. I already asked my boss, and he said it's fine for me to take the remote training during my shift, as long as there's really nothing to do and it doesn't negatively impact my ability to work when needed. Hopefully, I can find a better job after upskilling. Most upvoted comments. Comment 1. Yeah, people are very quick to cry parentification and room sharing is abuse, but that's the case when parents are choosing to force older kids to raise the younger ones so they can pursue their own dreams or hobbies when they have alternatives. Or forcing kids to share rooms so a parent can have a dedicated game room or move in 3 step-ins. But the reality is that not everyone can afford a 5+ bedroom house with a live-in nanny. The reality is that some kids have to work or help out at home more than their peers. As long as they're allowed time to still be kids, this is far from abuse. Comment 2. She's doing well with what she has. Bringing the kids in was smart. I needed that when I was a teen. It helped me appreciate my parents and what I did have rather than always looking at what I lacked. Being poor is hard. I'm glad the kids are stepping up. I'm glad they all can have open, honest communication about their shared lives and some perspective. It sucks. Poverty is devastating. Working at 16 to help make ends meet sucks. Sharing a room sucks. But moms are people too and need help sometimes. Lady is skipping meals to feed the kids. When tragedy happens, circle the wagons and work together. Comment 3. I understand not wanting to burden the children with the knowledge that she's going hungry and they're financially in a bad place. But if things are that bad, it is better to tell them the truth. Or else the children won't get it, and they'll think it's the mom's fault and grow bitter since they don't understand why. Thinking children are going to shrug and be fine with sudden changes, especially after their dad died, because family helps family, is silly. I'm glad she was convinced to tell the truth.